Gunn, joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chiefs in this matchup, but with how good they have been, it's not often that we can say they come into a game truly facing a challenge. But, Charles, that's the case this week.
Absolutely. What a challenge it is, because they're now coming into this one, and they don't exactly have a clear advantage, something that they usually possess in every game they play, for the way that they throw the football. I can't wait to see if they change things, if they emphasize different things than we've seen throughout this season, how they go about trying to move the ball downfield.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 95 yards.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open down the field.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Mahomes throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one, and to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, they'll run it here. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Now Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And this is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
1 yard gain brings up
2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2nd and 4. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the BlackKnights get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll run on the draw. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson from the right hash. This from 33. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard. Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. Finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it? Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he over shot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out now the Chiefs' offensive unit ready to do battle again. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Blake Gillikin now. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
2nd and 2. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a cycle.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. 35 yards.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
This offense back to work now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown! A big play there. 46 yards. And the BlackKnights will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. The Bills trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Garrett Wilson, a career afternoon, 4 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Time now for a check of the next-gen stat for KC in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for our home team, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that just set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he comes back with one complete.
Complete to number 3. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now here's Mahomes.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes bind.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
2nd and 1. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the BlackKnights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is up to 18 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Chiefs offense ready to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. London about set to take over on offense.
They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
Now a quick, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not exactly round and round we go, but I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions. The ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly. And you think you're going to the bench to get a little break, and all of a sudden you're hearing sudden change. Get back out there, grabbing your helmets and running back out on the field. I don't think it's going to affect them much now. But if this keeps up, you're going to have two very angry defenses. You want the offense to take care of the ball.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Mahomes now on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. To throw again on second down. Mahomes, throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
London about set to take over on offense.
And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Second and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Wide open receiver, complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw.
Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 75 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ballgame. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes
going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Mahomes to throw once more. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Mahomes. Got to have this one. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it.
And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. It's the fullback.
His second rushing touchdown on the year.
That's caught at the 1.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. Now, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
It's the gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So it's a win for the home side, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So for the home team here, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.